Kuzizampo. In this week's business file, we have Yuden Dorji, the project manager of SABAH-Bhutan, and we will find out from her what is SABAH-Bhutan and what are the activities carried out by it. Kuzampo, madam.
Kuzampo.
And welcome to business file.
Thank you.
What is SABAH-Bhutan?
SABAH-Bhutan, Saba stands for the SAC Business Association of Home-Based Workers. This was established with funding assistance from the SAC Development Fund as part of a regional project in the SAC countries called Strengthening Livelihood Initiatives of Home-Based Workers.
So how did this idea come about?
The idea originated amongst few people who were working for the cause of home-based workers, mainly the institutions called SEWA in India, SEWA and HomeNet South Asia, who help home-based workers. So they felt that there is a need within the SAC region to empower women who work from home, and that's why they put up a proposal to the SDF for funding.
So this is a SAC Development Fund?
Yes.
Initially, which all countries started it and how did it come to Bhutan?
All the SAC countries are in it, the 8 countries. India is the lead implementing agency through these two agencies called SEWA and HomeNet South Asia. So there is a Saba in all the SAC countries, except in India.
In India, it's represented by
SEWA and HomeNet South Asia.
Okay. So what are the activities that are carried out in Bhutan?
In Bhutan, Saba is registered as a civil society organization with the CSO authority, and our main objective is to help the home-based workers, firstly by building their capacity, improving their skill level, and also providing facilities for them to improve production and marketing of their products.
So how have you helped the home-based workers so far?
So far, since we are in the establishment phase, we have registered them as members, and then we assess their skill requirement, and we send them for different trainings, capacity building courses to SEWA in India.
So before we talk about the trainings and the capacity buildings, how did you reach out to the home-based workers in Bhutan? Even when you are subscribing for membership, how did you do it?
We went around different zonkals, and initially we used the networks which NWAB and other organizations had already created. We went and talking to women's groups in different areas, and then we informed them about Saba, how they will help building their capacities, and how we will try to improve their production and marketing of different products. So that was the initial lot, and then after that we received several calls and inquiries from women from all over the country, and then 1 or 2 came up, and every day we have inquiries from different parts, and women want to become our members.
Now you have established with a certain investment in Bhutan, you have bought this whole building, and then now what are the activities that goes on here?
In Thimphu, this is our main, what we call the Trade Facilitation Center. Here we develop the designs, we finalize what needs to be done, and then after we give the kits, the design kits, to the women in different parts of the country, we do the final finishing and packaging of the products here.
So you also have some women working here, and you have
yes.
other women who are working from the home?
Yes. 80% of our members work from home because they prefer to work from home. So here we just have the specialized design unit. One is in weaving, one is in tailoring. So we have about 15 women who come here regularly to help in this design.
As an
units.
employee or a part of the organization?
Part of the organization. They are involved in the designing, they're involved in developing different products, they're involved in actually doing the product development.
So what are the products that we have today?
Our product ranges from apparels, mostly hand woven. Everything is hand woven. So it ranges from apparels like kirago, jackets, to home decor items like cushion covers, table runners, and to stoles. We have a different variety of stoles. And also we are focusing on accessories using Bhutanese textiles, mostly bags, purses, and conference bags, handbags.
So how do you find market for these products? And how is it different from the other hand-woven materials that we get in the market?
At the moment, we are advertising and selling our products through the craft bazaar. We have a stall in the craft bazaar, so we are selling through that. But we are also working with our other sister organizations, other Sabahs in different countries, to place our goods in their outlets, eventually in the long run. So we are also looking at the regional market as well as the national market.
As well as the local market.
Yes.
So when it comes to price, how do you fix it? How are they expensive? Or?
Our products are a little unique and slightly expensive, but we feel that because we pay fair wages to our members, it is okay, because some people understand the kind of work which goes into hand weaving.
So when you said fair wages,
Yes.
is it above the national wage rate that we have? Or?
We determine the wages based on the kind of skill they have and the work they do. So the design team sits together and determines how much is it fair to pay for a particular design. So, and this is discussed with the home-based workers themselves, and they feel that this particular item will take this long, so we fix the wages in discussion with them.
So what are the aspects that you look at? Is it the intricate designs or the materials they use?
One is, of course, the design, the intricacy of the weaving, and also, as you mentioned, the materials, because silk is slightly difficult to weave. So for
expensive
silk,
also.
yes, for silk we have to pay a higher wage.
What kind of response have you received from the home-based workers that are in other parts of the country? Do they produce more than your expectation?
At the moment, since we are just in the establishment phase, we are more concerned on building up their capacity, understanding how to work in groups, making them understand the market requirements, the proper finishing, and also that every product they produce cannot be sold because the finishing is not up to the standard. So we're continuously training them regularly. Till now, we've trained about 100 women. We've sent them in batches to India for different skill-based training as well as leadership and management training. So we have members in Mongar, Jemgang, Bomtang, Sarpang, and in Thimphu.
So when you're talking about the trainings and two aspects of training that you talked about, the leadership management, and then the other one is skill-based.
Yes.
So how do you fund those trainings? Through the sale of the product, or the money comes from
at the
STF
moment,
just now?
Yes, at the moment it's fully funded by the SAC Development Fund. So the everything, all the activities are covered by the project fund at the moment.
So when are you looking at to be more sustainable?
Sustainability is an issue. We are required to be sustainable in the long run because this is not only a social organization but also we are required to have a business window. So we are aiming to work as a social enterprise model, where we will follow on a business window as well as a social thing. So we've sit together with the women. We discussed on how we want to attain sustainability, and we have developed a very broad outline of our business plan. So according to that business plan, we will be sustainable in the 5th year of operation.
So this is the second year?
Next year will be the 1st year of production.
Okay.
So 5 years from next year.
The date of production?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Because this year it's more or less establishment and market testing, trial, putting the production and design team in place, and also developing new products. So from next year we will start full production.
So have you also received a demand from the local market here for your products?
Yes,
already?
we have received inquiries from other handicraft shops and also from resorts and hotels. And we have also received inquiries from outside Bhutan as well on few of our products. But at the moment we are not able to deliver huge quantities because we are still building up the capacity. We want to set up our membership base, have them in place, and then start full production.
Earlier you were referring to, you discussed, we put everything among women. Women means your members here?
Yes, our members.
So when you're talking about when your members are coming from villages, how effectively can they contribute in this decision making?
Just for your information, SABAH-Bhutan is governed by a governing board of directors. We have senior government officials, as well as civil society promoters, as well as private sector people, and also home-based workers themselves in the board. So besides the board decisions, are regular discussions with the women. So since they are directly benefiting from the project, they have to have a say in how it functions. So there are a few of them who initially were quite resistant. I mean, not forward and open, but I think with regular interactions and of course the training programs, it's helped them to open up and
voice out
their concerns and opinion. So they are voicing their opinions.
What are the changes that have you noticed after they came back from the trainings? Could you share your experience? What have you observed?
Yes, few of our members who had gone to India for training, they had not even come to Thimphu. So even to Thimphu, they were coming for the first time. So what we noticed is, initially they were very hesitant. They could not introduce themselves. They could not talk about their village. But after we sent them for training, after they returned, we had debriefing sessions with each one of them to record what they learned from the training. So what we find was, it really changed them, the exposure, visiting different institutions in India, interacting with other women from other SAARC countries. So they become a little confident and they're able to express their views. They feel that they've been in the dark till now and they've learned a lot.
So eventually, what will happen to SABAH-Bhutan? Are you planning to run it forever, or you hand it over to the women who have home-based workers?
Yes, eventually the plan is for this organization to be managed and owned by the home-based workers themselves. So we are already involving them in a lot of our activities, in design, in procuring yarn, in keeping records. So we are building their capacity so that over 5-6 years they can be trained and they can take over the management of the organization.
But how will that work? To look after the management as well as to produce, or do they have to graduate from being workers to the management level?
This is one concern they also raised. our members prefer to do what they are good at. They want to continue with weaving. They want to do what they've been doing and earn their regular income. And till now, when we tell them that this is your organization, you have to manage it, what they tell us is, no, we want to do our work. We want to have the professionals do the management. And because it entails design, it entails marketing, looking for markets.
So when you're talking about design, do you have a designer hired from outside, or you expect these home-based workers to come up with their own designs?
We have a design team. We have an in-house designer with us, and she guides the overall design concepts, colors, and the weavers themselves also form part of the design team. So we work very closely with them. And for technical backstopping, we have designers from India who guide us on different aspects
of designing.
Yes, yes.
Now the other thing is, if a woman or home-based worker, is it only confined to women?
No la.
No, okay.
No la.
So let's put it home-based workers.
Yes.
If they want to come forward and then be a part of SABAH-Bhutan, what do they have to do?
We have a guideline on what are the major aspects of becoming a member. We have a membership guideline, and anybody can, above the age of 18, residing in Bhutan, a Bhutanese national, can become a member of SABAH-Bhutan. One is they have to have a certain skill, because we want to build up their existing skill. And they have to have a skill, they have to have the willingness to learn and teach other members as well. And also interact with other members, and have to have that, what we call that initiative to work in a group as a team.
Yes. So briefly, could you give us a picture how the SABAH-Bhutan works in terms of chain of production to finding market?
Okay. The organization is set up in such a way that we have three or four units. One is the production and design unit. This unit takes care of overall production aspects, develops the design and make the kits, and then the kits are given to our members in different zongkhaks. So they prepare the fabric, what we call fabric, or the finished item, and that is brought back to the TFC in Thimphu, and we do the final tagging, the labeling, packaging, and finishing here in Thimphu. And then these products, once it's done, it's handed over to the marketing unit. So marketing unit goes out and talks to different customers, clients, and sells the products.
So what you told me earlier is, before the interview, that one way of marketing, you have a shop in a craft bazaar.
Yes.
Apart from that, what do you have?
We have an outlet in the craft bazaar as an outlet, marketing outlet. But apart from that, we have been participating in a lot of exhibitions, regional exhibitions in India, as part of the collective marketing concept of this project. So this has also helped us develop links with interested buyers in India and other countries.
So, since you talked about the regional market, has one of your products received attention in the regional market?
Yes, our Bhutanese products, through our exhibitions and fairs which we participated, they really like the intricacy of the work. They admire, but what we found out was it was not really, they could not find a use to it apart from being a showpiece. So we are in the process of developing products which will be easy to use for the Indian, like blouses, strips of woven materials, which they could use in their kurtas and other things. But stoles have been a big hit. Everybody really liked the hand-woven stools. And they also found that our finishing was good, and the price was also reasonable.
So when we are talking about venturing into other products that have demand in the regional markets, and do you also, when do our home-based workers will have that capacity to come up with the products that are competitive in the regional market? Do they have a capacity? Do they have a skills just now? Or how long will they take?
They have the skills, but we still need to build up their capacity. Our production capacity is quite low at the moment, and it's high value, low cost, low volume thing. So, but because our designs are unique, because it gives economical benefit to the members, both ethically and economically, we hope that although our products will be slightly expensive than India or Bangladesh or Pakistan products, people still appreciate the the skills and the designs. So there is a niche market for these kind of products.
So what is the future for SABAH-Bhutan in terms of products, in terms of as an organization, as an NGO?
The future, I think we would want to see the production in full swing with good market tie-ups, and our main objective is to have our women get regular work every month. Every month throughout the year, we want them to have a regular income. So this is our main objective. So we are working towards establishing market linkages, and also looking at improving the product in the market, the finishing. So eventually, if the business aspect takes up and sustains on their own, then we will be focusing more on the social aspects, more on the welfare of the home-based workers, the social security schemes which we want to promote. But since we have to be sustainable also, so we will focus initially a lot on the capacity building and the business aspect. So once it takes off, once we earn profit after a few years, we want to focus on outreach. We want to cover more areas, and also focus on the social aspects.
What about the technology?
Technology, luckily through this project we have had very good experts from India who give us day-to-day, whatever problems we have in any aspects, they teach us how to do it better. So skill upgradation is an ongoing process. Almost every month we have a group who's being trained on different aspects in India. So the main benefit of this project is because we have the skill expertise. We have a technical backstopping from India. So we can really brush up our capacity.
Now the other thing is, how much of investment have you made, and do you need to make further investment?
Through this project, through SDF funding, we have procured the building, and we are in the process of procuring the production equipment, mostly high efficiency sewing machines and good design equipments. So the investment has been mostly in terms of the facility as it is.
Mostly on the building?
On the building is, maximum is on the building, and also on the equipment, small equipment.
Yes. And now on that note, I'd like to thank you for your time and for being with us, talking to us about SABAH-Bhutan. I hope it will be a sustainable venture in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'd also like to thank our viewers for joining us. Do join us every Tuesday for another Business File program. I'm your host, Ashok Tirwa. This is goodbye.